Welcome everybody, I'm Fabio Viviani and you're watching Fabio's Kitchen, where every week we'll bring you an amazing dish made by me. Today we are ruining every memory you ever had about one of the most beloved American food, mac and cheese. We are doing mac and cheese my way. How's my way? With proper cheese and lots of it. First of all, you have to create a cheese sauce, but even before that, I wanna cook my pasta. For my mac and cheese, I'm using two different kinds of rigatoni, smaller and a little bigger. Now, they will cook at the same time. We just gotta drop them in hot boiling water. But I like the fact that there is two different kinds of pasta. Now, I'm not asking you to use small pasta and big pasta, similar sides, but I figure that if we use two kinds of different, the look of it will be a little bit more fun. All right? So look, get the pasta in the water, right here, and close it. Now, it's all about the cheese sauce. As you know, I'm a big fan of cheeses. I love my Italian more than anything, but when there is a cheese sauce, you gotta have some combination of flavor. You can't go all Italian, unless an all Italian mac and cheese is what you wanna do. I like to add extra flavor. So for me, roasting garlic for mac and cheese, it's a good idea. And if I say so, it's a good idea. Butter in a pan. I will let the butter brown a little bit, because remember, brown butter tastes so much better than regular melted butter. Melted butter tastes like melted butter. But brown butter, once the protein in the butter have cooked, it tastes like a nuttier version of a milk. It tastes like what milk would want to taste if you could roast milk. And that's delicious, especially in a complex dish like mac and cheese. My butter is getting nice and brown, and I'm adding some garlic to it. The smell, it's already there. I wouldn't say smell, your feet smell. This is aroma. The aroma of roasting butter, it's already there, all right? So look, now the butter is getting cooked. I'm adding some cream. Done. And then, the star of the dishes, the cheeses. We got some all-American cheddar cheese from Wisconsin. Sweet, melt very well, good minerality, add a lot of color to the dish. Italian Grana Padano. Who doesn't like some Italian in anything? In this case, it's the star of Italy's culture, cheese, one of the most famous out there, Grana Padano. Good aging, good sassiness. Although sassiness, it's hard to figure it out what it tastes like. Very good minerality, good salt note, good mineral, good aging, sharp but not too sharp. My pasta water is going overboard. Am I losing control of my kitchen? No. But pasta water tend to overboil when there is starch in it. Creates bubble, the bubble goes out, it's okay, we can clean the stove later. Blue cheese, gorgonzola, you need the kick. You need something really sharp. And this, it's what brings it. Montasio, not a common cheese in Italy, but if you're a foodie, if you like me, and if you have a half a functioning brain, you should be able to find this cheese in some specialty store. If you never had it, you're missing out. If you don't want to have it, then replace it with something that really melts well. But really, there's no replacement for good Montasio. Inside. Last but not least, another very good melting cheese. Not as good as Montasio, but melts really well. Very buttery, very sweet, very nutty. Some fontina. So here's what I have right now. I have a beautiful sauce that is coming along very well. Look at that, can you see the cheese is melting? Are you afraid that my cheese sauce is not proper? Can you do this with your cheese sauce? Literally. You want me to jump rope with my cheese sauce? All right, assuming that your cheese sauce doesn't do that, assuming that as a child you've never played jump rope with your mother cheese sauce, you can easily welcome right now the new boss in town about cheese sauce. You want to see that again? Seriously, people. All right. You gotta have a baking dish because macaroni and cheese is a bake. At the end of the day, you gotta bake it, right? But here's the other things that it's very gooey, it's very creamy. It's not a boring flavor because God bless. I mean, look at this cheese sauce. Hello, do I have to go that again? But what I'm saying is that the creaminess could get monotone. So how are we gonna add some spice, some pizzazz to our mac and cheese? By cooking it in the oven with a nice crust. What goes in the proper crust? Panko breadcrumb. Panko is a Japanese fancy breadcrumb that clearly didn't grow up with me in Italy. But for a culinary purpose, it's very widely available, it's delicious, and it's very coarse. Fluffy, crunchy texture, perfect to add an extra layer of crunch. But itself, it's just bread. So we need to dress it up with two things that I love. Garlic powder, yes, garlic powder, and fresh parsley. Now, I just realized that this is a little too small to turn, but I don't care, let's try it. Yeah, it's working. I'm doing like a breadcrumb topping on steroid with garlic powder, parsley, and breadcrumb. These will be the topping for my mac and cheese. Next time, I might want to get a bigger bowl, but now, this will do. Garlic powder is like tomato paste, concentrated flavor of something. Tomato paste, it's concentrated flavor of tomato. Garlic powder is pure garlic dehydrated. So if you get a cloves of garlic and you strip the water out, what you have is garlic powder, which is concentrated, awesome garlic flavor. So check my sauce. My sauce is getting to the point where I wanna literally get completely undressed and sitting on it. That would be a terrible idea. But the meaning of it is that it's so good I want to bath in it. I will never bath in cheese sauce for various reasons. One among them is that it's really hot and nothing below the belt needs to burn. So, all right, so we're not going to do that. But this is very inspiring to the point that if it wasn't scorching hot, I would have literally dipped my head in it like a pretzel, all right? We need to cook the pasta in the sauce. I understand that most people believe that mac and cheese, it's all about the oven and the crust, but it isn't. The pasta has to finish to cook al dente in the sauce. That's when you absorb it. That's why you want to use pasta with the ridges, because it keeps the sauce. That's why you want to use hollow pasta. Now, if you put the pasta now in here, all the sauce will go to the bottom. So it's very important that you understand that the cooking of the mac and cheese happen in the pan. Then the cooking of the topping happen in there. 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 And there. All right. Look how nice and cheesy this is. There is one secret they haven't revealed yet, but I'm about to. Shut the fire off. Get these off the fire. Now, you gotta wait a minute. Let it cool down a little bit before you put it in the oven. Just for a minute. Keep stirring off the flame. You know what this is gonna do? This is gonna thicken up the sauce because now the sauce has no other way around but get soaked into the pasta. And keep stirring, and keep stirring, and keep stirring. Now, one thing I like to do, because this topping is super flavorful, do you find fair that only the people get these on the top? I don't. What about if somebody come tomorrow and there is none left? So one good thing to do is to always add a good tablespoon of anything that goes on top in the pasta as well. At least they might not get the crunch, but they get the flavor. Like that. Now we stir it. And now it's the time to put it in. Look how creamy. The pasta doesn't look like it's washed out. The sauce is there. The flavors are there. See that? You see what I did here? You see how the pasta stick to the actual sauce and it doesn't sink in the bottom? This, it's a properly done mac and cheese. The noodle I have used have the ridges. And the ridges is what creates the consistency in texture, because the ridges are holding the pasta sauce. You're welcome. I'm gonna go bake these right now. We'll be right back. All right, guys. I always have a spoon in my pocket. This is a properly done mac and cheese. I mean, literally, you can hear the crunch. This is what I'm talking about. So, here's what I want you to see. A properly done mac and cheese has no watery cheese sauce on the bottom. Look at that. It's all absorbed. You're welcome. Like literally, you see that? And I always have forks in my pocket. No, I'm not happy to see you. It's a fork. Oh, it's gonna be very hot. Oh my God. Oh man. Woo. If there is anyone out there that would love to manufacture and produce my cheese sauce, and then we can split like 99 and 1%, I would love to do it with you. Oh, man. So hot. Oh. Properly done mac and cheese. Fabio Viviani. You're watching Fabio's Kitchen.